Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving. We celebrate in the United States as a day to get together with friends and family, enjoy a delicious meal together, and focus on gratitude. And I know we don't need a specific holiday in order to feel grateful, but I think it's a friendly reminder because we can lose track of what's important on our journey through life. No one's perfect, but this is a real holiday for everyone all over the world. Like, just be grateful. And I was reflecting on how we always tend to see the negative in the situation or the person, and we don't tend to highlight the positive in the situation or the person. We're always focusing on the negative. Oh, you did this wrong, you didn't take out the trash, like you're always this type of person. Instead, we're blinded as to what's actually good about the person. Like, they're very caring, they're considerate, they always text you before you go to sleep, they always remember your birthday or special events. I'm not saying that you shouldn't hold people accountable, you most certainly should, and that's another discussion, but I think it's important to recognize the good in yourself and recognize the good in other people. Gratitude for others, but gratitude for yourself as well, and telling people how special they are to you, and actually doing an audit of yourself and being like, hey, I'm proud of myself, I overcame this, or I've grown so much that my inner child would be happy with me, that my inner teenager would be happy with me. So have gratitude for yourself. That's the real meaning of gratitude. If you can't have gratitude for yourself, you can't show gratitude for others. And no matter the cards that you're dealt, I know some people have a very difficult life, you can still find a meaning to be grateful for. A lot of the people in the quote unquote poorer countries, they're the most happiest people, right? Why is that? You would think if they were part of a higher economic threshold, they would be a lot happier, but money doesn't define happiness. It's the little things that add up, right? In the modern society that we live in, we lose track of what's really important, and we tend to highlight the negative. And when you highlight the negative, think of it from an energy standpoint. You're focusing solely on what you do not want. So relationships, situations, I do not want this. So you're in a lack mindset. So you're only going to be attracting more of what you don't like. Instead, try to think about what you're grateful for and what you actually want in this relationship, and focus on the present and the future rather than the past, and keeping yourself locked in a cycle of old mindsets, old people, and that sort of thing. Just ending a relationship, business, romantic, friendship, is not necessarily going to be the big time fix. You have to, most importantly, change your alignment, change your frequency. Like, if you just got out of a very difficult relationship and you're stuck in a mindset of hate and anger and lack, and you're like, I don't want to date anyone because they're a cheater, just an example. Keeping your mental state, your vibration, thinking about this, you will probably attract someone with similar qualities to what you don't want because it sounds familiar to you and you're constantly thinking about it each and every day, okay? That seems more familiar with you. You know how to handle someone that cheats because you've already had experience with that. Instead, you have to change the alignment, change your relationship to the past, move forward, and change the emotions. People that say, oh, you shouldn't be emotional, I think that's false. You should have an understanding of your emotions because your emotions give energy to your actions. Everything is emotion. You charge your actions with emotion. But when we're vibrating from a state of lack, fear, and our ego, our emotions get cloudy and you start to misjudge. You start to erupt, throw temper tantrums, and not really see what's happening in front of you, and not really see who the important people are in your life. It's an illusion. And sometimes the people that you think have your back don't. They only want what's best for them. They want to control you in a way. So the main point of this video is just to focus on more of the positive. That's not to discredit the negative aspects of people. It's most certainly important to take accountability, but in taking accountability, I think you should also come from a state of positivity. And I've noticed in my own journey that people think like I'm happy-go-lucky, always positive. I just want you to know that it's a choice to be positive, and I also go through hardships, and there are points in my life, in my journey, that weren't easy. I felt disregarded, I felt disrespected. I've had to work for everything in my life, be it job, school. I've never really fit in a box. I've always been made fun of, but I don't sulk and wallow in the past and blame my family, blame my friends, blame relationships for my demise. No, there's a lesson in everything, in these experiences, a lesson in everything, and I choose to live life positively. That's not to discredit the past, that's not to discredit the negative things that people done influenced me or inflicted me on, but I choose to be positive. So being positive is a choice, and I realized that in me just being my true self, I trigger a lot of people. You might see that yourself, like, why does anyone not like me now? It's because they're intimidated by your light. They want to be like you. Or, translation, they're just jealous and they want to be like you and they want to tear you down. But they won't say it to your face, they'll just talk crap about you. They will create all these false images, false messages about who you really are, but that's not who you really are. Create more problems about you just for a means to solve solutions, but these problems didn't need to be created to begin with. So it all comes back to self. You have to have self-gratitude first before you can show gratitude for others. The words selfishness and selfless, they both have the word self in them. And I think where you have to be is somewhere in the middle, because you got to take care of yourself, but also come from a state of love and compassion and truly wanting to help people. Like my videos, I don't film a video for you, I film a video for me. And in effect, it helps me and it helps you. It helps me express myself, express who I am. And some of you might resonate with it, and that makes me happy too. But I'm filming the video for myself. It's like on TikTok. They're always changing the algorithm all the time. People that film videos just to, target the algorithm, are you really being true to who you are? You might get more views, you might get higher videos, but are you being true to yourself? Because the algorithm is always going to change. Are you the one that's always looking for external validation from others, living your life for the approval of others? If you're living your life for the approval of others, it could be a difficult life because you don't know which way to go. You don't know which influential person to follow. Even if you do follow someone, there's going to be people that love you, and there's going to be people that hate you, that disapprove of your actions and your thoughts no matter what. So the important thing is to believe in yourself, to follow your own heart, and to do what makes you happy while still showing compassion and love. It's balance, okay? And it's not so much about balance because life is difficult sometimes. I think it's balance, but it's also resiliency and understanding that you can overcome a lot of challenges thrown your way, and you can choose to vibrate in the light, or you could choose to vibrate in the darkness. It's your choice. You could choose to be grateful, okay? But you have to change your mind. I'm not saying don't feel ungrateful sometimes. I do too, but like, life is not easy all the time. And last point, and all my videos are my form of expression, my individual opinion. So I want you to use your own discernment and take what resonates with you and form your own opinion. And everyone that says they're objective, they're still giving a message funneled through their own personal thoughts and experiences. So nothing is really objective because we all base things off of our experience. But I think it's important to note that there's different ways to live your life. There's different ways to learn. There's different ways to heal. And anyone that says like, there's only one way, this is how it is because of my experience, because blah, blah, blah. Usually older people tend to get more stuck in their ways. Are you really the one that I should be listening to? If you only see one way to do things, there's many ways to do things. It's like, my kung fu is the best, your kung fu is the best. But the master that learns to embrace different styles of kung fu, he is the true opponent because he's able to see different styles, and he might have his own preference, his own style, but he can also see the benefits of using another style. But there's people that just say bad things about you because they want to be like you and they're intimidated. So don't let negativity stop you from being who you are, or people that are intimidated by your energy and your message when you're just being yourself and you're not trying to hurt anyone. I'm not saying follow me directly. I'm just saying that I'm just trying to be myself. So I want you to be yourself, and don't let the haters stop you from expressing who you are and saying what you want to say and doing what you want to do. Listen to your heart, listen to your internal guidance system, listen to your intuition, and just keep being you. I'm not saying don't fight. Like those kung fu masters, when they get challenged, they don't really want to fight, right? Sometimes you gotta fight, but they don't fight using all their energy and doing backflips. They're very effortless with the motion. They flow, and they use minimal energy to fight, and they usually win because they're the most grounded, they're the most level-headed, they're connected to their heart and emotion. And the point isn't fighting, the point is protecting what's important. All right, so I'm not saying like, oh, love and light, love and light. No, love and light is powerful. So I'm going to stand in my power and radiate light and be prepared to fight, but coming from love and light, not from revenge, not from guilt, not from sorrow. So be the kung fu master that just has to do one punch or deflect it, okay? That's you. I wish everyone a happy holidays. Peace.